Welcome to Geek Buzz. We're switching it up in lovely Seattle, Washington. I'm Nixie Pixel, here to talk about nerdy stuff that tickles my neurotransmitters, like sexy video game cosplay and drinking an alcoholic beverage called Gavin McLeod. There can be only one Penny Arcade Expo. Brought to you by Audible. It started out in 2004 with barely over 3,000 attendees and was geared towards people who like the webcomic Penny Arcade. 8 years later, the expo has shifted to celebrate geekdom in general, so I figured it was only fitting that I shared with you some of my best moments from celebrating this year. My head still hurts. Best video game moment, Borderlands 2. I know video games are typical in this kind of con, but bear with me because this video is gonna get bizarre really fast. First off, can we say line? But standing in this ended up being totally worth it because I found out that there's way more skill trees, customization in general, and basically everything that I wanted to change about Borderlands 1 was changed upon the sequel. Oh, and they also debuted the new class coming out in October, Gage the Mechromancer. This is kind of cool because now you don't have to be super skilled in shooters to play. Gage can summon a mech to do her dirty work for her, so it's kind of like having Claptrap with you all the time, except he's not completely worthless. Also, they'll have more baddies, more guns, everything that you pretty much know already if you've been following the franchise. You better believe I'll be reviewing this in full, so you'll have my opinion as soon as they'll let me tell it. Weirdest video game moment, League of Legends.
I'm at League of Legends right now. There's a tournament happening with super professional gamers. It's the finals, and look at what's happening here. It's a spectator sport.
I don't know if you could tell by the video, but the tone was set here. They had giant live broadcast cameras and lights, cameras, action. They also had two announcers that were commentating on the whole shebang. It kind of blew my mind because I don't think this sort of thing would have been possible 10 years ago, and you could definitely tell that these people were, everybody was cheering for nubiles. They were under 18 for sure. And they were very obviously young. For instance, when being interviewed after they had won, it's like, how do you feel about scoring X number of dollars, some insane amount? And they responded, this is expensive coming here. I live with my mom. I don't pay for anything. And I'm thinking, best cosplay at PAX Prime. Pause for the cause because there's no better way to explain it than Yup, that just happened. Best card game, Cards Against Humanity. Yeah, I know it's a little old, but still. You know that game that everyone and their mothers played, usually because it's easy and unifying and such? Apples to apples? Yeah, come on, let's be real here, it gets boring. Writing in your own custom cards is pretty much the only excitement you get. Well, if you're like me and you play apples to apples, but you also subject it to the perversity of your mind in secret, well, that's Cards Against Humanity. I always have so much fun playing this, and our favorite of the night that my friend sent to me, Dear Sir or Madam, I regret to inform you that the Office of Insatiable Bloodlust has denied your request for 72 virgins. Trollolololol. Best drinking establishment. I know, I'd also think what the frack does a bar have to do with anything geeky, but trust me, this is the only reason you have to turn 21. Stripes, bright colors, rainbows, glitter, stuffed jackalopes on the wall, as well as honey badgers that just don't care. My amazing Seattle buddies took me down to the narwhal section of the bar, ordered me a unicorn jizz, and then brought me to play Lord of the Rings pinball. I seriously thought I had died and gone to fantasy-themed Technicolor heaven. Best PAX party, Magic the Gathering. Yes, it was Wizards of the Coast that did it big this year, and some may think the creators of D&D and Magic the Gathering probably have pretty lame parties, but if it's anything that people underestimate the most, it's nerds' ability to get their groove on, including myself. There were stacks of MTG cards everywhere, cage dancers and wub-wubs. Not that anyone knows how to dance to dubstep, but seeing a dude with a paisley shirt and a bow tie waltz during Skrillex was a sight to behold. And the cage dancers were more frightening than sexy because it's all magic related, but it just worked and was pretty damn special. And that's just it. Conventions are typically all about specializations, niches, reptiles, music, tattoos, you name it, there's a con for it. It's just not often that you hear about an expo that celebrates not just all of what you do, but who you are, and PAX is one of those conventions. So my question is, if you could put together an event where people would come, what topics would you feature? Mine would be point-and-click adventure games and llamas, of course. Speaking of which, give this llama some love and subscribe, and I will talk nerdy to you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Now it's time to pay my bills. This year's PAX has got me all hyped up for fantastical reading, like LOTR, one audiobook to rule them all, or choose from one of 100,000 other titles from Audible's website. Check out audiblepodcast.com/geekbuzz to get a free audiobook download of your choice when you sign up today. I bet you'll find something precious.